Join me as I dive into the world of cybersecurity threats and challenge myself to identify the top 3 dangers we all need to watch out for right now. In today's digital age, it's more important than ever to be aware of the cybersecurity threats that lurk in the shadows of the internet. Our lives are online, and with that comes a plethora of risks that can have devastating consequences if we're not careful. When it comes to cybersecurity threats, there are a few major players that pose significant risks to individuals and businesses alike. Phishing attacks, for example, involve fraudulent attempts to steal sensitive information like passwords or credit card details. Ransomware, on the other hand, is a type of malicious software that encrypts your files and demands payment in exchange for the decryption key. And then there are data breaches, which can leave sensitive information exposed to the world. Each of these threats operates in a unique way, but they all have one thing in common: they can cause serious harm if we're not vigilant. Phishing attacks, in particular, are getting more sophisticated by the day. Scammers are using clever tactics to trick people into handing over their personal info, and it's not just limited to emails anymore. You can get phished through text messages, social media, and even fake websites that look legit. Ransomware, too, is becoming more prevalent, with attacks like WannaCry and NotPetya causing chaos worldwide. And data breaches? Well, let's just say they're more common than you think. Take, for instance, the infamous Equifax breach in 2017. Over 147 million people had their sensitive information compromised, including social security numbers, birth dates, and addresses. It was a nightmare scenario, and it highlighted just how vulnerable we are to these types of attacks. Or consider the WannaCry ransomware attack that same year, which affected over 200,000 computers across 150 countries. It was a global pandemic, and it showed us that no one is immune to these threats. But what about insider threats? Sometimes, it's not a malicious hacker that causes the breach, but rather someone within the organization itself. This can be particularly damaging, as insiders often have access to sensitive information and can cause harm from within. Take, for example, the Edward Snowden case, where a former NSA contractor leaked classified information to the world. It was a wake-up call for many organizations, and it emphasized the importance of vetting employees and implementing robust security measures. The recent Twitter hack is another example of just how easily these threats can unfold. Hackers managed to gain access to high-profile accounts, including those of celebrities and politicians, and started tweeting out false information. It was a mess, and it showed us just how vulnerable even the most secure systems can be. So, what can we do to protect ourselves? That's what we'll explore in future videos, so be sure to check them out for some valuable tips on improving your cybersecurity. To recap, cybersecurity threats are a major concern in today's digital age. We've explored some of the major types of threats, from phishing to ransomware to data breaches, and we've seen just how devastating they can be. It's crucial that we stay informed and vigilant, and take steps to protect ourselves from these dangers. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever fallen victim to a cyber attack? What steps do you take to stay safe online? Let me know, and don't forget to check out my other videos.